Welcome to Dungeon Crawl Talk Soup, Episode 8. In case this is your first time watching Dungeon Crawl Talk Soup, my show is one part podcast with my friends, one part perilous permadeath gaming challenge. Mostly I chat with my friends about a topic they love, but rarely get the chance to talk about at length, but at the same time, I'm trying to get my first win at Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. The catch is, if my character dies, the episode ends. Hope you enjoy the show. It's not a spider, it's like a monster, and I just didn't see the full thing.
He's got like a ghoulish face.
Oh,
it's
no.
terrifying.
This thing looks like a big spider, and but it's got a ghoulish face on top of it. That's not acceptable.
Yeah, it's like the body's too low. It looks like in the Exorcist movie where she's like crawling around, or like going up and down the stairs. It's like,
oh no,
it's too limmy.
Yes, too limmy. That's right.
And it's motion censored. And actually, this year we got a button for it, so Nolan would push the button to activate it when they would walk by.
Oof.
And it jumps out, forward, and then side to side. It's the best.
Oy, oy, oy.
The Abominations so good.
That can't be good. That can't be.
There's a lot of swears. There's a lot of swears around the Abomination and Pennywise.
I'm stressing out. I'm like sweating thinking about it.
Yay.
More. Is there more? Tell me more.
Yes. Okay, so then you walk past Grandma. It's so exciting. So you walk past Grandma, and then there's another bathroom door, and we have a spider that jumps out, and that's also on a button that Nolan controls. And so you kind of look into the bathroom, and it's got like a really dim light. So you're kind of looking around like, oh, okay, what's in this room? And then the spider jumps out at you from the floor and freaks everybody out. The problem with the spider is it takes a while to jump out and it takes a while to reset. So Nolan's timing has to be like just right.
Okay. So you're saying that because there were some occasions where it didn't go perfect.
Yeah, it's like one of those parts that we have to practice a lot, because if the timing isn't right, it's like you might as well not even do it. Like it ends up making it look like cheap, and then it kind of ruins the scare fun.
So we are at that point in the game where...
What is happening?
Okay, so this character is going to die. I don't think there's a way for me to get out of it. But we can get out of me dying and us having to hang up. But this snake came over and poisoned me to a degree that
there's like a lot going on over here.
A lot of poison. So, okay, well, basically, this snake right here poisoned me a lot. It can bite and cause poisoning if any damage is dealt. Yeah, so that's too late. So I have these potions here that I think might be curing potions, but I don't know for sure. The curing would cure the poison, but I don't know for sure.
But then you've got this like little ogre guy over here too.
This guy's nobody. This guy would be dead this guy will be dead. He's not hitting me. He's not doing anything.
What are you gonna do?
But I have 2 turns left. Yeah. Basically, if one of those is a curing potion, we live. If not, we die. But I don't think we should. I think we should get further into hearing about your your haunted house before I take any more turns, and then we'll choose a point at which we can pause and we'll take care of this poison thing. But this is gonna turn into one of those audio podcasts instead of a video podcast. This is just one of those audio podcasts.
This is a really nice background for the podcast.
Yeah, this is one of those ones that you listen to on the way to work instead of watching the show.
I love doing that.
This snake fucked me up. It's real bad.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention until you made like a hesitation sound. And then when I looked down, there's like weapons. It's
incredible how easy it is to okay, yeah, well, yeah. So back a little while ago, I smashed these dudes. These dudes are dead. And we got away from Prince Ribbit. He didn't get us, but I can't believe we're going to die to just a stupid snake. It's annoying.
Snakes are no joke. They're very sneaky.
So I can just look at the... I'll just look at the instruction manual for a while.
You don't expect danger to come from like foot level.
Exactly. Snakes are gross. They're scary. Well, okay, wait. You should use that information you just came up with at your haunted house.
Yes. That's where the jumping spider comes from. He comes from ground level.
He does. Oh my god, that thing is gross. Oh. I'm freaked out about it. You should put a human face on it.
Oh my god.
That would make it the
That would be
scariest thing. I keep
amazing.
imagining it with a human face, and I'm like,
that would be amazing.
just like a
We
regular
have
head.
masks. We have a bunch of masks. We gotta put like one of those like white doll face masks on it.
Yes. Yeah, that's just about the scariest thing you could do. Absolutely. Oh my lord. What else happens at the haunted house?
Okay. So you go down the hallway and we have like hanging candles, and then you get into like where my dad's bedroom is. And this year we put my mom in the bed because she came up for the weekend.
And your mom was there. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and she wanted to participate. So we put her in the bed, and she's got a wolf mask on and wolf hands. And she's like in the bed, which is especially hilarious because usually it's not a literal grandma dressed as a wolf in a bed, which is like very fairy tale.
Okay, so this is a good time to pause. No, wait. I want to stay around long enough to hear previous iterations and how it's like come along. So we're also going to have to go through that.
All right, so she jumps out of the bed.
She jumps out, right.
And scares the pants out of everybody. And then there's like a spooky ghost video that we put on like the big TV in there that kind of just, it's like in the pitch blackness. And so you just kind of see like a ghost wandering around. And then you go out back onto the porch, but we barricade. There's like a little pathway between where you go to leave to go back outside. And then you're going to go into the garage.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so we barricade it from the backyard so no one else can see. So it just looks like a big tunnel. And then after they get through the tunnel, Nolan opens the door into the garage and basically pushes everybody in and slams the door behind them.
Oh.
And then they have to navigate through, and we set the garage up with tarps. So it's like a maze that you have to get through. And all you can do is just kind of keep following the maze until you get out to the door. But in the meantime, my dad set up the PA system. So the second people come in, it was my favorite part of the whole haunted house. It was the first time we did this. We had the PA system, and the second people walk in, he'd be like, "Hello, welcome to my nightmare." And he would just like, what's it called? Like ad lib when people came in just to try and like spook them out and then also like get them moving. Because sometimes, sometimes they're like 7-year-old kids and they don't want to go, they don't want to move forward. Ooh. And so he'd be like, thinking he's not being creepy, say something like, "It's not that scary, come in." And they're like, "No, that's way scarier." And so then I would have to go around towards the front. There's like a back with the tarps. So there's spaces we can be that people don't go to. And we can either peek out from the tarps, or we can I have like a little, those like Swiffer dust brushes.
Mm-hmm.
They get like really long. So I would take one and I could make it really long and I could poke people. And so I would have to go around over to the door and had to poke them from the back with the dust thing. So they would start moving forward through the garage.
Oh my God. People get like deer in headlights in there.
Yes. Yeah. They would just stop. They would just stop moving. Full grown adults. We had, my dad's neighbors came through, and they're, a full grown adult, like man and woman. And they like didn't want to go through, and she just kept screaming. And then I poked her with the dust brusher at one point, and she like freaked out and started screaming and like running into shit.
Oh.
And then she'd get to the door, and once you get to the door, I have a leaf blower, and I would come out from behind the tarps and blow the lid. It's like really loud, and it's like blowing air, and people get pushed up against the door, and then they don't want to move back to open the door, so they just start pounding on the door like it's going to open for them from the outside, which it does not.
Oh my goodness. Like the door to the garage is going to open.
Yes. They're just like open the actual door and finally get out. And then they run, and I chase them with the leaf blower until they go into the backyard. And then Alex and my dad set up a ghost that looks like it's just going to hang. But they figured out as soon as you come into the garage and around the corner, you see it there. But then he's got a fishing pole in the back. Mm-hmm. And it comes silently at them when it looks like it's just going to stay still.
Wow.
That was cool.
Really?
That one worked out really well.
That's some self-made animatronics right there.
Yeah, they worked on it really hard. And there was points at which we were like, you should probably just give up. But they didn't, and it was amazing. It was like one of the highlights.
Oh my God, that is cool. Oh my God, I didn't know this intricate. Jeez.
It was so fun.
So what is the like main new addition, or like has it been like this each previous year? What's different from this year to last year?
So we change it every year
How many years?
because a
Now I
lot of
want to
the
know how
kids are
many
the
years, by the
same.
way.
We started during COVID.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
So
it's
maybe
3 years.
probably 2020. Not, it wouldn't have been, oh, it might have been 2020, actually. Yeah.
So this is the third. This is the 2021.
So 2020,
So this is the fourth
2021,
year.
2022. It's the fourth year. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's incredible.
So we change it up, and then every year we buy one new big thing.
Uh huh.
And then, so the year past was the Abomination. And then this year, we decided instead of getting one big new thing, we got this like animatronic clown that's like not as big, but really spooky still. And it's voice activated.
Yeah.
And it like reaches its arms out and like laughs at you. It's terrifying. And then we got a bunch of like
Which
other
is
small
scarier?
things
Wait,
like,
which was scarier? The kids clown mask, or
oh,
the animatronic?
the kid,
Oh my god.
100%,
Oh, I'm so
like without
terrified of that
question.
kid. Was he like
We
standing
told
next
him
to
he
the
has to do it again
animatronic
next year.
often?
No, but we've got to find a better place for him because this year it was an okay spot, but he's too good to like put right at the beginning. I think he
Oh,
needs to be closer to the end.
he's like the rookie, and you didn't give him the trust until he got out there, and then you were like, "Wow, this kid's an MVP."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we didn't give him a fair shot. He showed us.
Um, so what else? What was last year? Tell me the scary things. Like, what did
So
you?
we
I guess specifically, like, what is it compared to last year, and how did it? What were you looking to improve?
so last year the layout was different. We had everyone start outside the garage and come through the garage and then through the house and then
Oh,
end
so it's
up in the
very
backyard.
different each year.
So yes, they went all the way through. So we try to change the layout every year and then we move everything around unless something is like, so like the shower curtain, we tried to get a new shower curtain this year. It's not the same. This is like the original is just the best. And so that's going to stay. But everything else we try to move because like the Abomination, because we had it last year, people knew it was coming. So we moved it. It was in the like further bathroom last year. We moved it a little bit sooner this year so they wouldn't see it coming.
I guess it's important to note that like this is in a very, very, very small town and so the reason you
Yes.
keep saying they are going to see it coming is because you're talking about neighbors and like people that are like that kind of possibly know you, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
and they for
Yeah. It's basically,
sure have been, so that you're like they for sure have been through this house before,
yes.
and I've talked to the people that are going to come, and they have been through the house before, and they told me which parts they loved, so we can't do that again. So it's not like a
Yes.
haunted house, like a in like the state park or something like that, or like I don't know what to say, like where people, more like a
Like no
commercial
one,
haunted house
yes.
where it's probably the same every year.
Yeah. And it's not even really open to like the community. We've talked about doing that before, but it's like inside my dad's house. And so it's always kind of made us a little bit nervous about just having, I don't know, like whoever, it would probably be fine. But so basically the kids invite everyone they know. And we just end up with a backyard full of children from ages like 1 to, I don't know, 14. And they just go through the haunted house groups at a time. And then sometimes we'll let them go through twice. But it's often the same kids. It's gotten bigger every year because like the kids meet new friends,
Yep.
but then they still invite, previous friends who've been there before. But like we'll have kids who'll come up, in the summer and be like, so the haunted house this year, is it gonna be scarier? Like, is this thing gonna be there? Like, I didn't like this thing last year. Gonna get rid of it this year? Is the layout gonna be the same? And so like you and I were texting about this before it happened. I was like, it's like a lot of pressure, like feeling feeling a little stressed out about it
Yeah, I was
because
trying to remind you that
yeah,
you're doing it for fun, but I can
and you're
understand how
right.
it'd be pressure now.
It's funny because I took your advice and then I used it with my dad when he was having his stress out moment, like the day before the haunted house.
Yeah.
So thank you
Yeah,
for that.
good. That my pop psych degree came in handy.
I know it was really helpful. So yeah, it's different every year.
Okay. That's incredible. So you really make a ton of differences because it's going to be the same. Okay, so that's that. What I wanted to lead into next was, how much thought goes into it, and like, do you have planning sessions? Do you write it all out? Is it all drawn somewhere? Like, how does it all work? How's the planning session for the whole year worth of Halloween haunted house go?
So we started over COVID, and like, so it started out as literally just like everything was getting canceled all the time, and there wasn't, and Halloween's like our favorite holiday, and there wasn't any fun stuff. And every time it would be like, oh, someone's gonna do this fun thing, we would like show up and it would be canceled, like just constantly. And so it was like the year of disappointment. And we decided, like, my dad and I were like, we'll set up like a fun haunted house at his house, and we'll just walk our kids through it, and that'll be like a fun thing that we can do that isn't going to get canceled. And it was so much fun. It was like way more and the kids were talking about it for months afterwards. We're like, oh, that really was like that, like scratched an itch that I didn't know I had. And then the next year we had just like a couple of their friends come over, and then they like hung out for a little bit afterwards, and the parents were like, oh, you should like have people over, like we kind of want to hang out now and we can't. And so then the third year we invited a bunch of people, and then they all hung out afterwards in the backyard. We had like a party. And so then this year it was kind of the same as that, but like bigger. So as it's been progressively growing, we've been planning and like putting more effort into it. Whereas before it was like, we wouldn't think about it really all year until, a couple weeks ahead of time, because it wasn't really a big deal yet. But now it's like a big deal. So now we actually have like planning sessions scheduled throughout the year.
Wow.
So that we can like get prepared. And we went to, like, my dad went out to the nameless, unnamed Halloween store, big chain store, and like bought everything on sale the day after Halloween. For the first time. Like, we never do that because we always do it ahead of time because we've been off.
So smart. Oh, that's so great. So he got there on like November 1st and just like bought up all the stuff.
Yeah. So all the stuff that we wanted to get before but was like too expensive, now it's all 50% off. And so now we're already ready now for next year with the stuff. So we won't have to buy anything.
Hear that?
Next year.
Hear that, town? You're gonna I'm not gonna dox you here on the show, but do you hear that? She's coming for you next year. She's coming for you. Watch out. Hear that cackle?
I'm not paying
those
prices.
She's gonna get you. Yeah, paying those full prices for scares. Oh, but there's a party
how much
too.
A dead body costs?
Oh my god, too much.
Yeah, it's very expensive. Yeah, and then afterwards everyone just hangs out and we have like snacks and drinks. And
that's not normal for a haunted house, and that's the best part.
It is. It's the best part, and it's nice because the kids, some years they have trouble making friends, or they feel a little. It's like kind of the beginning of the school year still,
Totally. And
so it's a nice opportunity to like have them invite friends over and kind of like spend time with them. And
absolutely. Do you get strangers?
Not really. Like, the neighbors will come over because they're big into like spooky stuff, and they always do their yard up really big, and so they're like interested in coming over even though they don't know anybody. They're just like adults.
Yeah.
That want to come hang out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we just invite a bunch of people.
I can't believe you don't get strangers. I mean,
no
I
one's
guess as years go by, maybe you're going to start.
We used to do it like the week before.
I'm sorry, what?
It's usually like the week before, so it's not on Halloween.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
so I don't think anyone even notices us.
It's a weekend?
Yeah, it's usually like a Saturday. So we could do, because we have to prep like the whole day.
That's
really like the whole week leading up to it, but
it's another thing is a haunted house, like a commercial haunted house, the way I'm thinking about it, right? They're open for many weekends leading into Halloween.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. That's your dad's house.
Oh yeah, no, we do it for one day.
Yeah.
Grandma's pissed about it all day because we're all up in our business. And then what happened this year was that, so here's what happened with the video. My dad has wanted a video of the haunted house since we started. And we we're unlucky. It just never happens. There's always something. And so this year he was like, I'm getting a fucking video of this haunted house. It's going to be great. And then before everyone showed up, I said, let's get a video now before everyone gets here. And he said, no, it's not dark enough. You won't be able to see how spooky it is. And I said,
that doesn't make
okay,
sense.
but
Mike, how are you supposed to see how spooky it is? How are you supposed to take a video of how spooky something is? It doesn't make sense. It's going to be too dark. I can't see it.
So he got the live experience because right at the end, one of our friends was like, she volunteered because my dad told Alex, I want you to go through. Alex pawned it off on her. She's like, I'll do it. But she hadn't been through the haunted house at all yet.
Oh,
so
okay.
She didn't know what was happening. So that entire video is her just freaking the fuck out because she doesn't know
that makes a lot
what's
going
to happen. So she's just spinning in circles.
That's what Blair Witch Project should have been.
Her video cut out. Yes. It's very Blair Witch.
If you think you were going to get sick from like Blair Witch Project, like, no, you should actually see what it looks like to watch somebody experience a haunted house on video and then be like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up watching this.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like flashing lights, and then all of a sudden you see like a clown face, and she swears and like almost trips over something, and then starts running, and then she finally gets to the garage, and her phone cut out, and so we missed the whole back half. And so then my dad was like, "Alex, you have to go through the video." He goes, "Nope, the grandmas have already quit. The grandmas are out. Yep. They've both gotten up. They've left. They're at the party. There's no video now. That's it." Nolan was like, "I want to play with my friend." Everyone's gone. Now it's just a house with some scary stuff in it. So we missed our video opportunity again.
Oh well. Maybe it's better to have lived than to have to live through a video of it. It's better to have lived it.
Well, the story is so good, so
yeah, I think it's great to be told. Yeah, and I almost got to see it. We almost booked a flight to come see it.
So close. Next year.
Maybe. I used up too many vacation days this year. Yeah.
Oh no. Well, I heard you're going to be sick next year.
Yes, I'm going to be sick right around Halloween. Exactly.